Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. In today's vlog we are taking you to Sicily's two vibrant cities, Palermo and Cefalu, and we will tell you what to eat there, which sites are worth seeing, but above all we'll try typical Sicilian dishes, so in this episode you can expect a lot of delicious food. We won't miss arancini, cannoli, tasty pizza, caponata and amazing pasta. We will also take you to the street food market, so sit back and prepare some snacks. If you've been with us for a while, you've probably seen the first vlog from Sicily, where we visited Taormina, the most beautiful town on the island, and if not, make sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to watch the previous part of our Sicilian adventure. Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we are in Sicily, more precisely in Palermo, which is the capital of Sicily. And here we are going to spend our first 3 days, and then we are going to Taormina, which according to many people is the most beautiful place on the whole island. Today we are going to explore some of Palermo's street food markets. One of them will be Ballaro market and another one will be Capo market. We hope you will have a chance to try some typical Sicilian food, like for example cannoli, which is one of the best known Sicilian pastries with ricotta filling, and then maybe arancini, which are like deep fried balls with different fillings as well. But firstly, I will quickly show you our beautiful hotel.
We stayed at the boutique hotel Mori di Porta Nuova Suite and Terrace, located right by the walls of the old town. We highly recommend this hotel. It was clean, our room had a beautiful terrace and delicious homemade breakfast was served in the morning. Parking was also available. The 9 out of 10 rating on booking.com speaks for itself.
Before we head to the street food markets, let's go back to the previous day. We arrived in Palermo late afternoon, and as it often happens in Italy, it was siesta time, so we didn't have many options for food. We decided to grab a slice of pizza at a super random place called Timilia, and it turned out that the pizza was delicious. Later during our trip we visited much better restaurants, but we didn't manage to eat as good pizza as here, so we highly recommend it.
On the first afternoon we managed to walk around the city a bit and visit two main streets in Palermo, Via Maqueda and Corso Vittorio Emanuele. They divide the city into 4 districts, and that's where most of the tourist life focuses, as the main sites of Palermo, such as the 11th century cathedral or the famous Teatro Massimo, known for its perfect acoustics, are also located here.
Our next culinary stop in Palermo was Taverna Dei Canti, where we had dinner. I found my favorite Italian starter here, the fried zucchini flowers stuffed with ricotta cheese. Interestingly, you will find it rather only in southern Italy. In addition to that, we managed to try our first truly Sicilian dish, pasta alla norma, which is pasta with eggplant and tomatoes.
The next day we visited two of the most famous street markets in Palermo, Ballaro market and Capo market. We started with Mercato di Ballaro and we were particularly impressed by the beautiful ripe fruits and vegetables, basically incomparable to what we have in Northern Europe. Then we walked to Capo Market, where there are a bit more restaurant stalls where you could eat food on the spot. We hope to try some local delicacies here, but we were definitely discouraged by the ubiquitous flies sitting on the displayed dishes. Some food was also exposed to full sun in 35 degrees Celsius, so this time we didn't really indulge.
Nevertheless, the day ended successfully because we at least tried cannoli, the famous Sicilian dessert, which are tubes of crispy dough filled with ricotta cream. We opted for pistachio and lemon flavor. You can recognize good cannoli by the fact that they are prepared only upon ordering, so the dough remains crispy. Ours were quite tasty, although a bit bland, but still we recommend you try them when you are in Sicily. During lunch we weren't very hungry yet, so again we only got a slice of pizza, this time at the Biga restaurant. We liked the taste a bit more in the previous place, but overall this pizza was also very good, so another recommendation.
After a short walk we reached Fontana Pretoria, one of the most spectacular monuments in Palermo. This Renaissance fountain, built in the 16th century, attracts attention with its majestic style and rich ornamentation. It is surrounded on all sides by naked sculptures depicting mythological figures. For that reason it used to be called Fountain of Shame. Right next to it is Piazza Bellini, a square where there are 3 churches, 2 of which are on the UNESCO World Heritage List, the San Cataldo and Marturana Church.
Later we reached the port, which was frankly a bit lifeless, and if you are not planning boat trips, there is no need to come here. On the way back we could see the less touristy side of Palermo, lots of ruins, poverty and real life in one of the poorest regions of Italy. Unfortunately we couldn't record much, but walking around this area was really interesting. In the evening we went to the Locale restaurant, where we tried another dish from Sicily, namely caponata. It is an Italian dish consisting of eggplant, tomatoes and celery with the addition of capers and green olives. Besides that, we also had quite a good pizza and stuffed squid. We spent time in a nice, lively atmosphere, and the restaurant, like many others in Palermo, was mostly located on the street, which only added the better atmosphere.
As usual in Southern Europe, the nightlife is bustling. Due to the heat, the streets only fill up after sunset in the summer. If you're a fan of nightlife, remember that Italians party very late. Don't be surprised if bars and clubs are empty until midnight. Returning to the hotel, we could admire the preparations for the procession commemorating Palermo's patron saint, Saint Rosalia. As a result, many streets and buildings were adorned with beautiful decorations.
The next day we wanted to take a break from the city hustle and bustle and took a trip to Scopello, which we saw on Instagram. We really wanted to visit the small bay with a cozy beach and incredibly blue water. Unfortunately, contrary to what we saw on Instagram, the beach turned out to be the complete opposite of a secluded place. There was a queue of about 30 people, you had to pay 7 euros for a parking, another 7 euros just to enter the beach and mandatory 5 euros for a sunbed. For 2 people that's already an expense of 31 euros, so out of principle we gave up. We understand that everyone wants to make money, but this already exceeded the limits of greediness. Nevertheless, the town itself was charming, so we explored it a bit and then we decided to try another Sicilian delicacy, namely arancini, fried balls filled with rice and various fillings. The typical filling for arancini is ragu, tomato sauce, mozzarella or peas. We also had a delicious panino.
In the evening we returned to Palermo and had dinner at another fabulous restaurant, Il Salumaio di Santamarina. We tried one of the Sicilian delicacies here, shrimp so fresh that they are served raw, and pistachio pasta. The food was very tasty, which made it easier for us to swallow the fairly high prices. The next day it was time to move to Taormina, where we spent a few more days, but on the way we decided to stop by another very nice town, Cefalu. We highly recommend you to visit this charming place with its narrow, steep streets and lively piazzas. It was a nice change after Palermo, which wasn't that picturesque. Although the city has only 14,000 inhabitants, it attracts millions of tourists every year. The town itself is quite compact, so you probably won't need more than half a day to visit the most important sites. One of the more interesting monuments is the perfectly preserved medieval laundry used until the 20th century, built above the river where, according to a legend, nymph tears flow. Additionally, in Cefalù you'll find a quite charming beach. Although the weather wasn't favorable for us, which is rather an exception in the summer in Sicily, it was easy to notice enthusiasts of sea bathing in the rain among the high waves. We also had lunch here before continuing our journey to Taormina, but due to rather unpleasant service this time we won't share the name of this place with you.
We hope you enjoyed our vlog from Sicily, and if so, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to not miss the second part of our Sicilian adventure and videos from other amazing destinations.